Hello there, this is SME On Point. My name is Diabosito. Thank you so much for joining us. The African National Congress says that small, medium and micro enterprises, as well as cooperatives and township and village economies, can contribute considerably to economic growth while reducing poverty and inequality. This is contained in their policy document that it will thrash out with members at its policy conference beginning today. The conference will consolidate the policy position of the governing party ahead of its elective conference in December. The governing party commits to speeding up economic transformation by fast-tracking the development of entrepreneurs, SMEs, and the promotion of inclusive economic growth. It says it wants to increase the number of small, formal businesses, including farms, with black ownership of commercial farmland rising. But the Small Business Institute says there's not been much progress in promoting small business development.
Unfortunately, all the progress was when the SME small business development was part of a chief directorate. In the last two administrations, or three, we've had a standalone Department of Small Business Development. I don't think that there has been much progress in promoting small business development. We are way too far from reaching the aspiration of the National Development Plan, which says 95% of small businesses must be created, 95% of jobs by 2030 must come from the small business segment of the economy. Where are we now? I think when we did a study in 2018, 2017, there were about, they were contributing about 28%. That was this formal sector, UIF registered and SARS registered, CIPC registered small businesses. So we're way too far from reaching that aspiration.
The document further details its proposals for the sector. These include removing micro enterprises which operate best in the informal sector out of the small business regime to remove red tape, developing a national strategy for micro enterprises which includes development of the Microfinance Act, establishing funds in collaboration with the private sector to mitigate capital deficiencies, to facilitate market access, strengthen the regulatory and administrative environment, and municipalities to remove requirements for payments of permits by informal traders.
Let's not layer up new policies. Let us do what is contained right now in the policies of government. For example, the issue of paying small businesses on time, paying them within 30 days, has been a government policy since Thabo Mbeki's days, and it's never ever been implemented. I was at the Black Business Council summit 2 months ago, where the president said he will take that up and he will write directly to all government departments. In other words, crack the whip. I am hoping that there's going to be a difference from that. But we have to start holding people accountable. It's not only government departments, state agencies and state-owned enterprises are strangling the growth of small businesses by not paying them on time. They cannot use small businesses as part of their cash flow management.
ANC Head of Economic Transformation, Mamoloko Kubai, says some recommendations are that the party looks into cooperatives as well as looking into how red tape that strangles small businesses will be removed.
We do understand that those are some of the challenges. The issues around township economy comes as well, the issue of rural economy. Some of the feedback actually said to us we are not very strong on cooperatives. And we thought that the previous conferences have spoken more about cooperatives. More around that, the challenge has been around implementation. But others are saying would want to see it in the document so that we know there's reaffirmation that the ANC remains committed to implementing the work of cooperation, cooperatives, not in the manner that we just did in high level in the reflection.
The conference continues until Sunday. Diabosito, SABC News, Johannesburg. And with that, on SME on Point, we're taking a closer look and also giving so much focus on this policy conference to see what comes out of there with regards to the development of small, medium and micro enterprises. But for now, that's all for SME on Point. Remember to support small businesses in your communities. But before I leave you, weather details are coming up after the break, and I'll have more news for you at the top of the hour.